Hello again, everyone. Marcus here. I review stuff today. I'm reviewing the song Phantom Island by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. You know they're one of my favorite bands at this point. I've heard a lot of their music, but not all of it, I will say. I'm still a bit behind on catching up on some of their music. They just put out so much. I mean, I think this is coming off of their 27th upcoming studio album. So yeah, there's a lot of music there to listen to, and I certainly have not caught up with all of it just yet. However, exciting stuff. I am going to see them live next week, next Friday actually, at the time of this recording. So really excited. They're doing like a 3-hour marathon set. So if anybody's been to one of those, like, I'm sure you can tell me how awesome it's about to be, the experience that I'm about to be in for. But anyway, on their Instagram, I saw that they were doing like a new album with like a full orchestra, which I thought was pretty cool. So I have an idea of kind of what we're going to get as we jump into this one. But other than that, I mean, again, big King Gizzard fan, really excited for this one. Let's stop talking about it. Let's do it. This is Phantom Island, King Gizzard, and the Lizard Wizard. Let's do it.
Ocean surface. Is this mental confusion, or have I finally found my purpose? Coconut congas playing in time with the waltz of a tortoise. A symphony of delusion as my thoughts finally realize their purpose. I hope this place is here in the morning, or I'll be floating back to land with the water floating corpses. That palm tree's looking at me funny with a sideways belligerence. A symphony of delusion as my thoughts realize their ignorance. Paranoia's on what grows. Is that laughter or a crow? Every rustle in the trees a potential snare. Close my eyes and block my ears. Cut the cord and leave me here.
That breaks too close, every whisper on the breeze, every
I gotta say, that last half of the song went really hard. I like that a lot. First half of the song, I was like, it's fine. This is fine. Second half of the song, when they really picked it up, I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I really enjoyed that second half. So, really a lot to like here. I think King Gizzard, again, they just do so many different things, right? But it always sounds like King Gizzard. And one prevailing thought that I had as I was listening to this was like, man, can you imagine them making like a ska album, akin to something like Streetlight Manifesto? I think is what I would really want them to kind of take that approach versus something like a Goldfinger or Mighty Mighty Boston. It's like I could see them making a really good like Streetlight Manifesto esque ska album, because I mean once those horns started coming in, I was like, okay, this is groovy, it's jazzy. I could see this translating well to that. So anyway, let's break it down piece by piece like we always do, of course, starting with those lyrics. So verse 1: I just woke up from a dream. I was in a place I'd never been and never seen. So I packed up my horse. Everything seemed sweet. Found the closest speakeasy and ordered a stiff drink. Fuck, I never thought I'd lose my mind. I suppose sanity is easy to lose and hard to find. Hey, and can you hear that tintinnabulation? Are all the bats in the belfry again? What is that word? Tintinnabulation is a tinkling sound, typically that of ringing bells. Wow, what a word. I don't know, it said the annotation is unreviewed, but damn, what a word. Tintinnabulation. That's cool. Anyway, next verse by Cook Craig: a land-born illusion breaks the ocean surface. Is this mental confusion, or have I finally found my purpose? Coconut congas playing in time with the waltz of a tortoise, a symphony of delusion as my thoughts finally realize their purpose. I hope this place is here in the morning, or I'll be floating back to the land with the water-bloated corpses, their palm trees looking at me funny with a sideways belligerence, a symphony of delusion as my thoughts realize their ignorance. So yeah, it kind of sounds like being out at sea, being out on an adventure, sort of kind of going crazy, losing your mind. Because I think most likely due to isolation. Paranoia's on the growth. Is that laughter or a crow? Every rustle in the trees a potential snare. Close my eyes and block my ears. Cut the cord and leave me here. Again, so that paranoia of being isolated, kind of again losing grip on reality, losing your sanity. I mean, the song is, after all, called Phantom Island. So let's see. Phantom Island, yeah. Island, woo. Am I chasing shadows? Reality superimposed. Every footprint in the sand, every crackle of dry leaves, every wave that breaks too close, every whisper on the breeze, every shape inside a cloud, every star that's out of place, everything that I believe, throw it all into the sea and be free. 16 horses galloping, 12 long years of grappling the bull by its horns. I can feel it in my loins. The crippling moon-washed cycle, the lap and rip, the rise and flood, the flip of the coin. It's another turning point. Phantom Island, Insane Asylum. Phantom Island, Insane Asylum. I'm the doe, the cat, the dog, the layman lack a one true God. Kind of reminds me of it's been a long time since I've seen this movie, but like Shutter, is it Shutter Island with Leonardo DiCaprio? I'm getting those kind of vibes from this, right? Because like the whole, spoiler alert, I think the whole twist is that he is like one of the insane asylum patients the whole time, but he thinks he's a detective or something like that. So anyway, yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting here, honestly. Let your bygones be bygones, bow down to Set and Typhon. One thing I love about King Gizzard is they like to do callbacks, and obviously Set is like an Egyptian, I forget, an Egyptian god, but like they have a whole song called Set on the Silver Cord, right? They love their callbacks, which I love about them. You know, if you're in the know, you're like, hey, callback, you know? So bow down to Set and Typhon, the long lagoon of rhythmic grooves, bound and stampede running through the Phantom Island, Insane Asylum, chanting sirens ringing clear, the palm trees, heads are banging, stuck inside of mental seas. God, it's me, the sharp cliff hanging. We must retreat back to sea. So, I mean, yeah, again, to me, it's about that sort of isolation that can bring around paranoia. It can kind of cause your mind to do some wacky things. And so, again, I mean, I think with King Gizzard, you know, their lyrics are typically kind of out there, you know. I feel like some songs are maybe a little bit easier to interpret than others, but it's that they're no strangers to having songs that are like, okay, I have no idea what you guys are talking about. In this case, again, I do think it is sort of about just being isolated, the paranoia and the sort of almost like mental damage that comes along with that, right? And so, yeah, I mean, I think it was well written. There were some kind of funky parts in the beginning. I think in that second verse, when he was talking about like, "Have I finally found my purpose?" Blah blah blah. Like, I don't know. I didn't necessarily appreciate the way that part was written. I mean, but the rest of the song I thought was fantastic lyrically. So I'm gonna give it a thumb up. As far as instrumentation and vocals go, you got a few different vocalists here, and if I remember correctly, I think they said on flight B714, I think it's called, that they were gonna try to like give everybody a verse or at least a vocal piece there, and I wonder if they're doing the same thing here because again, I do remember seeing a few different vocalists named here. But I think regardless, each person brings something really great to the song. Really, in the first half of the song, there's this very poppy feel to it, and I think that's helped along by the vocals. But then in the second half of the song, it's a lot more fast-paced. I think Ambrose Kenny Smith, did I get, yeah, I'm bad at names, guys, I'm sorry. I think he does a great job of really bringing that pace to it. So again, each vocalist kind of gives you something a little bit different. So vocally, it's great. I think instrumentally, there's a lot to like here. The piano throughout I thought was fantastic. You get some nice electric guitar work, especially in the second half of the song. The strings, the wind instruments, I mean, everything I think comes together. I think they use their sort of full ensemble here really well without, I think, it overstaying its welcome. You know, a lot of bands, it's almost like a rite of passage at this point, especially for rock bands, right? Where like a lot of bands have an album or certain versions of their own songs that incorporate an orchestra. You know, I'm thinking like Metallica, I'm thinking Alter Bridge, I'm thinking, I think even Creed has like some symphony versions of some of their songs. Like I think With Arms Wide Open has one of them. But like a lot of bands at one point or another will do the full, you know, symphony, the full ensemble type thing. And sometimes it works. Sometimes it feels a little cheesy and a little overused. So I feel like they were able to pull that off instrumentally here without it feeling like it overstayed its welcome. I don't know if that makes any sense to anybody. I think people who have maybe heard a few different, you know, orchestra or symphonic versions of like their favorite rock songs could probably kind of fill out what I'm saying here. But you know, I think the instrumentation and vocals here were really, really good. So I'm gonna give it 2 thumbs up. As far as replay value goes, this one's pretty catchy. Again, I think the first half of the song was okay for me. Again, very poppy sounding, I feel like, which wasn't a bad thing. I just feel like I really appreciated that second half of the song just that much more. But overall, I think it's a good song. Kind of excited to listen to it again. So I'm going to give it 2 thumbs up for replay value. Overall, a great song. And this one was not a request. I don't know if I mentioned at the beginning. This one was not a request. I just felt like doing it. So thank you, me, for doing this one. It was a good song, as always. If you enjoyed the music as much as I did, go support the artists. Go listen to the music wherever you can. And if you enjoyed what you saw here on the channel today, consider supporting the channel. Like and subscribe and comment, especially with your requests, because I'm always taking those. That's how I get most of my videos, again, minus this one. But yeah, you can even check the description if you'd like to follow me on Twitch, TikTok, or Instagram. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye for now.